Welcome back to the Chamber Podcast. My name is Rob Johnson. We have another great show for you today. Joining me in studio is Kisha Polasky. She is the franchise owner of Batteries Plus here in Livingston County. Kisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So I have driven by your store, probably 100 times. And, what's always, the first thing that always pops in my head is, how does a solely focused battery store work, function, make money? What's the revenue split? So I have a lot of questions on that, but I want to start with just kind of your background and how you got into that particular industry.
Okay. Well, to start, my background is mostly retail management. I was with Verizon for 13 years. I was a district manager with Aldi, with Public Storage. I decided that I wanted to kind of venture out and do something that I could leave for my daughter. This was actually my brother's idea during COVID. So we researched Batteries Plus, kind of went through the process, but at the time, I was like, it's just too much. I had just started the job at Aldi. I just moved, and I was like, it's too much change right now. I think this is just not a good move for me.
And what year was that in?
This was, it was like 2021.
Okay.
And then I decided in 2024, I was like, I just need to do something else. Like this isn't working for me. I thought I was going to climb the corporate ladder, and I decided I'm really not a corporate person. I was like, I'm just too laid back, and I just want to do the things that I want to do and just go home to my family. So I started researching Batteries Plus again. I asked my brother, he's my older brother. I said, do you think you might want to do this Batteries Plus thing again? He's like, oh, it's not really a good time for me. I have a lot of things going on. And I said, well, do you care if I just do it? And then if you want to do it later, you can come on. He's like, yeah, sure, go after it. So that's what I did. I was talking with my best friends. We were just out to lunch. I said, this is what I'm thinking about doing. And my best friend goes, oh, that's cool. I want to invest. Wait, what? What are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, me and my husband, we've been looking for an investment opportunity. We know you, we're just going to invest with you. Oh, fantastic. Maybe an hour later, talking to another friend of ours, she goes, what are you guys talking about? And I told her, I have money. I want to invest. So my two best friends are my business partners. So they're just like silent investors. I'm not sure if that's the technical term for it. So they really are just here for moral support. So they keep me in high spirits and things of that nature on this journey of, I'm just going to make everything great for my family and my friends now. So that's kind of how everything started.
So from the moment where you say, all right, I want to move forward with Batteries Plus to the franchise opening, how long of a time period was that?
So I reached out to Batteries Plus, we're 2025, so July of 2023, when I reached out to those guys. It was a good research process that Batteries Plus actually takes you through. They invite you out, which I didn't go just because it was a lot going on with work and things of that nature, but they take you through like a virtual tour of the warehouse. You meet different leaders of the group. They give you the opportunity to talk to various owners throughout the country to make sure that this was the right move for all involved. We signed our franchise agreement in December. I went to training in January. I signed the lease for the store in May. We started construction, I think, June, July. Store was done end of September. We stocked it for 1 week and then opened the next week in October.
So the store has been open for 3 months?
Almost. We opened October 20th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For 2 months.
Yeah, a couple months. Okay. So what was the feeling like leaving corporate America and then opening a franchise, having your best friends invest? Like what was the general feeling that you were having during that whole process? I'm sure there was more than one feeling.
Oh, yeah. First, sheer panic.
100%.
Because you quit your job. I quit my job probably mid-December of 2023. I was completely fine that Friday, completely fine that Saturday, Sunday, feeling real good. Sunday night, I was like, I don't have to set an alarm. I have nowhere to be on Monday. And sheer panic set in because I didn't have to go to training for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I was like, what do I do? Did I make a mistake? Oh my goodness. Throughout the year, like you said, it was different emotions. Some days it was, why? Why did I do this? Oh my goodness. You just the doubt of being an entrepreneur and kind of getting out there and building the business. Can I learn about batteries? I don't know about batteries. To, I got this. Like, yeah, I've done this. I've opened stores for various companies and things of that nature. So that process was very easy for me. The hiring and training and things of that nature, that was great. The networking I've done, but not at this level. So trying to be involved in the chambers is really what kind of brought things together for me. I knew that in order to be successful as a business owner, I needed to get to learn all the people within Livingston County. In the best way, chambers, networking groups, or networking events, things of that nature. I'm happy. So it's, panic, doubt, I got this, maybe I don't have this, to, nope, I got it, we're all set. Like, this is going to be amazing.
You're going to October, the store opens. It's been open for a couple of months. Just in general, how have things been going?
It's been going well, actually better than I expected. The great thing about Batteries Plus is they definitely set you up for success. So what happens is like I said, I went to training in January of, we're in 2025. Yeah, so 2025. And then February, we opened commercial first, which means I was allowed to sell to commercial businesses. So I had an opportunity from February to the time that we opened the store to actually generate revenue for the business and get companies or kind of get our name out there. People knew we were coming. So by the time we actually opened the brick and mortar, people knew about us and knew exactly where we were. We can kind of just keep the party going that way.
Okay. So when you're selecting a location for, where the store is going to be, how much of that is influenced by, the actual franchisor, and how much is influenced by you? Kind
of a little bit of both. There's a rigorous process that they actually go through of pulling data based on your home location. They ask you, where would you like the store, and kind of build around there. So there was, it was a huge presentation on demographics and things of that nature on where we think based on the growth of that area where it should be. And to start, we wanted it to be in Brighton, but just the commercial real estate was just not lining up with the time that we wanted to open the store. Reached out to another real estate agent, and he was like, I think you should be in Genoa Township. That's where all your big box stores are. It's still, I knew I wanted to be on Grand River. He's like, you'll still be on Grand River. It'll be more traffic. I know this great spot. Like, check this part out. So I reached out to Batteries Plus. I said, is it okay if I move like a couple miles down the street? It's like, yeah, that's completely fine. But they give you probably 8 to 10 different options of cities within a radius of your home location. Because they want to make sure that it's not, an hour and a half from your house.
Sure.
Yeah.
So do they do like the McDonald's model where they buy the real estate and lease it back to you? Or is it just, you're responsible for the lease and the current landlord holds the real estate?
Yeah. So the landlord of that property, I just rent it from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. So they're not the McDonald's level yet of leasing their own real estate back to you.
No, not at all.
Okay. So then when you go to open the store, what does the hiring process look like? How do you budget for, the number of employees that it takes to run it? And what was that process like?
Yeah, I think that's the good part about a franchise is that model is already kind of built for you. They know the best practices of how many employees you should start with, and then kind of grow from there. I'm actually not where I think they would like me to be, and I'll explain that. But the hiring process, that was an adventure. I tried just kind of word of mouth. I tried a hiring event. I tried a hiring agency, and then Indeed. And through all of that, my first hire was actually my nephew. I was panicking, to be honest. It's like, it's just going to be me all day, every day. I can't do this by myself. He's 18, working at Tropical Smoothie. Said, hey, you want to come work with your auntie? He was like, actually, yes, because he's going to school for automotive. So that kind of just lined up with what he wanted to do.
Sure.
So that was fantastic. So I got one on board. Fantastic. And then I got another actually retired veteran from the Navy that wanted to work. Great. And I found him on Indeed. And then one was actually just by chance. I was in the store before the store opened, kind of getting the store ready, sitting in there by myself. A guy walks in, he has some questions like, are you open? Absolutely not. There's nothing on the walls. But sure, I'll help you, no problem. Because I mean, I'm technically open commercially, so it just kind of depends on what you want. But he just had questions about backup sub pumps and batteries for that and all that good stuff. And his son walks in and we talked probably 20, 30 minutes about batteries and things of that nature. They left. Fast forward to the store opening. I think he came in the first or second day the store was open and came in and said, I really love that you helped my dad. You seem so nice. Can we nerd out about batteries real quick? So I talked to him. He's like, I really want to work for you. I was like, all right, well, give me your resume and I'll look it over. We talked for a while. And I think I waited the weekend and called him and was like, hey, yeah, come on board with us. And that's kind of the dream team right now. And they're just my sales, I don't say they're just, but they're my sales associates with the chance of working up to the store manager position because I just couldn't find anyone for that. So not only am I the franchise owner, I am my own commercial rep as well as the store manager.
So you wear a few different hats.
Yeah, just a few.
Not terribly uncommon for a startup.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting rolling on the first year. So
absolutely saves on budget.
Absolutely, yeah. We're sitting here right now. It's the week before Christmas.
Yeah.
2026 is coming up. Let's say we're sitting here again at the end of next year. Mm-hmm. What do you hope to have accomplished in 26?
To just have a strong commercial presence. Commercial is really key to our business. Any brick and mortar, I think a lot of older businesses might have closed just due to they were just depending on customers coming in the store, which is great. We want to be there for our customers as well. Your AA, AAA, someone working on their car at home, your DIYers, but the success comes from commercial business. So just kind of being a strong presence within Livingston County, partnering with fleet companies, local government, things of that nature is what my plan is for 2026 to make the store successful.
In going back to what I opened the show with, talking about kind of the revenue split and what people would call the top sellers.
Yes.
How does that work in Batteries Plus?
Yeah, it's funny. Most people think, oh my God, you got a building of AA, AAA batteries. We're like, absolutely not. I mean, they're there, but about 80% of our business is car and truck batteries. It's a fairly small store, but one wall is just car and truck batteries. I mean, that's literally something that we sell every single day, multiple times. But like I said, we do a little bit more than just batteries. So in particular, we do key fob replacement and key cutting for your car. So typically when you buy a used car, they only give you one key. You can bring that key to us, we'll duplicate it, and then get you another key and key fob working. We also do device repair. So if you break your screen or you need a battery for your iPhone 8, which we've done those quite a bit, but people don't want to let their phones go, fine. We're all certified in the store. We can work on their phones and get them back out to you. But any and every battery that you can think of, we do, like anything as small as a hearing aid battery all the way up to your earth-moving construction equipment batteries, and any and everything in between. So we do a lot of different batteries from, like I said, your hearing aids to cameras, cell phones, your cordless phones at home, your car and truck batteries. I'm kind of just going around the store.
Yeah.
Your motorcycles, 4x4s. We've done a lot of snowmobile batteries lately, so that's been exciting. Like generator batteries and things of that nature. So any of like your generator companies, things of that nature. I'm partnered with one in Brighton as well that I supply the batteries for those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing, like driving by, my initial thought is, the smaller end batteries. I don't stop and think about, the larger commercial applications and all of that. So that makes sense. So Kisha, if somebody wants to, learn more, I would imagine, apart from walking in the store, let's say there is a commercial fleet company that's watching, like what does that engagement look like with you guys?
I think more people just need to know that we're here. Like I said, still getting the word out to anyone in the Livingston County area. But usually when you Google batteries, it's only a couple of stores or companies that's going to pop up. We're working on us being the first one that pops up. So you can kind of research it online and come into the store. I kind of market through the chamber website as well. I try to get to different networking events, different outings. Just like I said, just trying to get the word out there. And then I'm ready to talk batteries to anyone, anytime.
Excellent. So Kisha, before we wrap up, is there anything else you want the listeners to know before we end our time today?
I would like people to know that we are a local owned company, but we're backed by a corporate company. So we have that small kind of mom and pop shop feel, but we're backed by a large company with many contacts all through the United States that we deliver batteries. I think a lot of people don't know that, to businesses, of course, not homes, but that we're here and we're ready. We have great people in the store that's well educated on batteries, the key fobs, battery replacements for your phones, device repair, things of that nature, and we're just ready to help.
Awesome. Well, Kisha, we're certainly glad you're here, and we wish 2026 is the best year yet for you guys.
Thanks. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the Chamber Podcast. I certainly appreciate all of you watching. One final note before I end today. So today is the producer of this show, Johnny Schmidt's last week here at Speakeasy in Wayne Media. And Johnny has been a huge part of this show. We've done almost 200 episodes. He's produced almost every one of them. And we certainly wish him the best and appreciate all the hard work he's put into making this show what it is. Apart from that, we'll catch you next week for a new one. Take care.